Good morning. Today I'm going to be using a cosmetics line called ILIA. They are also clean cosmetics, and the first thing I ever tried from them was their primer. So this is a layer that you're going to be putting on your skin first over your skincare. Just a few drops. This is just going to set your base for your foundation or whatever makeup you want to apply to the face. It's got a little bit of hyaluronic acid in it, so it's going to impart moisture to the skin, which is always nice. So I already have a couple of layers on with my morning skincare routine, so therefore I'm doing a lot of this press method, which you've seen me speak about often. So this would want to sit on your skin for about 30 seconds before you would move on to doing foundation. But for the sake of timeliness, we're gonna just move right into it. So, whoo! Ah! Okay. Oh my gosh, technical difficulties. All right. So their website actually has this really cool thing where you can get your shade match, because I'd ordered a foundation from them that had SPF in it it's called a Tinted Serum, and I really wanted to try that, but once it arrived, it was a little bit too light. I actually had my sister Angela try it, and it was great for her skin tone, so it got passed on, and she really liked the coverage. I tend to like a lot of products that are SPF, you know, type of a serum and a foundation or a sheer coverage, but for now, we're gonna be using their True Serum. They call it a serum foundation, and this is the shade that I took a photo of my face and submitted it through their website, and they emailed me all of my shade options. So this is the one that I ordered. Probably 2 pumps, if you can see that, should be enough. And I do use a foundation brush. It's a type of brush from MAC that can handle liquids well. It's got a little bit of synthetic brushes to it, along with synthetic hairs, along with natural hairs. So this is a big brush too, so it's covering a lot of area, and this is where I spend a good amount of time just really, you know, first is just kind of stipple it on. It's always going to give you a little bit heavier coverage, and then it's going to blend around a little bit on my lids. I tend to go everywhere with this, right up until the edge of your jaw. All right, once I have all that on, wiping off the excess so I don't drag that around with me anywhere. I've spoken about these brushes. Gosh, I'm gonna do the research and find out the manufacturer because I forget now. But this is a really great blending tool, and it's super quick. It's big, so it covers a lot of your face. It has these really tightly packed bristles, and it works really well, better than a sponge. I feel like I've used a sponge for years, and when I do professional applications, I do use a sponge. But a sponge tends to take a lot of product off. I definitely got into those beauty blenders for a while, because you typically add a little bit of liquid to them, like water, and then apply your foundation with that and blend through. But this is my favorite thing right now. It's a little bigger to pack when you are going traveling. It comes with this little case, so I usually clean it off, which, by the way, after I'm done using each of my brushes on my face, I have like the crappiest washcloth you've ever seen, because I just use it to wipe makeup off, but I wipe off any excess product before I put my brushes away. That way they're clean and fresh for me to put on different colors the next day and not have any transference from the product I used on the day before. And usually I wash my brushes once a week. I wash them in my hair shampoo because they are hair and you want to take really good care of them. I give them a little conditioner, and then I lay them flat to dry. If I can, I try to hang them upside down. You don't want to put them back in a container this way, because all the moisture is going to basically pull, any excess moisture is going to pull down here, and this is where it's crimped and usually glued. So you're gonna lose hairs that way. It's best to just lay your brushes flat to dry, or if you can, I haven't figured this out yet. If anybody has an idea, upside down would be great because all the moisture drips away, but flat is good. All right, so got my foundation on, got it blended, and then the next thing that I'll be doing is I like to use a little bit of under eye concealer, and the one that I'm the most in love with right now is not from ILIA. It is sorry, I'm not prepared. A Cosa brand. Dang, this is my cosmetic bag. Here it is. It's a Cosa one. This one is really great. Comes in a couple different shades. I kind of use it as a little bit of a highlighter too. So I just spot treat around the face, and then I'm gonna get in here with my really thin angled brush and do some blending. Definitely add it a little bit to the top of my lid, so I'm setting a good base for a cream eyeshadow or a powder. These days, I tend to just put highlighter up there. I'm not really wearing a lot of color. Okay, so I get that pushed up really close with this small of a brush. Okay. So ILIA has a really great cream, they call it an Illuminator. I haven't yet to try this. It's this little stick, so it's gonna make application pretty easy. And usually you're doing, let's see how this drags off. You're doing a bit of a highlight through the high points of the face. Wow, that's really sheer, which is nice. I'm still gonna just blend that out a little bit, just so it's not too obvious. Illumination is great. Highlights are hard. Sometimes these products come with so much sparkle in them, but ILIA does have an actual highlighter product. It looks pretty nice. It's got a little bit of a golden glow. It has a mirror, which unfortunately makes these compacts not recyclable, all this plastic in this mirror. But once you're done using it, maybe you can use it in your travel bag as a mirror. You know, it's a little better than, you just try to reuse it in some fashion. That always feels a little bit better. So for actual powder highlighting, I use this really fluffy, pointed kind of a brush, because this has a very light application, so you don't ever get too much highlighter in any one place. Wow, this is pretty sheer, which means, yeah, there you go. If you really want to see it, you're gonna have to build it. I am gonna put some on my lids because it's gonna be my color for the day. So with this little fluffy brush, I just use the tip of it. I'm barely pressing it onto the skin. Yeah, so now we have some good illumination. And I've talked a lot in the past about how as we age, we lose some of this like youthful glow. So it's nice to have it back on the skin in a way that looks more natural. And you know, sometimes stuff with powder can be a little bit too obvious. Like you see the flecks. This is a finely milled powder, so it isn't super noticeable on the skin. They don't have a blush for me to try yet, but they do have a contour. This actually was part of their summer, it's called Soft Bronze. It was part of their summer collection. We're gonna use this as a contour. This is the shade, it's called Light, but it does have this really beautiful reflection to it, and this has been one of my favorites this summer. So I'm gonna be using this like fan-shaped brush, which is awesome. So you're just loading the top and the flat, which that makes, you know, doing some bronzer around the edges. So the idea is you're looking a little like you're kissed by the sun. So all these outer edges is where I would expect to see some type of a bronzer. See, it takes a little bit to build this up. It's interesting. You really have to work at it a little bit, which is nice because then you're never getting too much on the skin. Let's go down the nose a little bit because, you know, those are high points on my face. So that in a way can act as my blush for today too. It's not gonna be too bright, so I might just opt for that. It is another river day. I'm up in Nevada City again, so that seems like a really great option. All right, and I'm gonna use a blush, a little bit of a blush from another product company. It's called Cosa, and they have some really beautiful lip oils that I'm totally into. I'm gonna just say one thing about this product. So this is their powder. It's called Papaya. This is their powder blush. For the life of me, I have not figured out the trick to get this thing open. So this is a total flaw in their design. I mean, so disappointing, right? Like, you want to use this product, but it is literally, I can't open this. It is going to take me using a knife, dangerous, or chipping my manicure, making me mad. So can't get this open, can't use this product. That's definitely something I'm going to let them know. So I pried this cream blush open earlier just in case that happened, because it's been happening. And inside this little container, this one is also called, this is Velvet Melon. So it's a cheek color and a little bit of a cream highlighter together. So again, I'm using my little angly blush brush. This is the type of brush that is a hybrid and it can pick up cream colors. So we're just gonna set this in. I'm just doing this patting and then slight rubbing. Cream blushes tend to look a little bit more natural and dewy, which is nice. I'm gonna say though, in general, I've yet to find one. I'm testing quite a few. I'm yet to find one that stands the test of time and stays on my skin all day. You know, creams will have a tendency to absorb into the skin a little bit more, just depending. That looks nice though. It looks like very natural. So we'll see how this one wears for the day. And, all right, so we've gone over the foundation and the highlighter, which is nicely illuminating, and a little bit of a bronzer for using to contour and look a little sun-kissed, which is great. And at this point, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm actually gonna leave my brows as they are, and I did order a liner from ILIA. It's nice because it has like a little screw up top. Ooh. Ah, there we go. So it has that little point. You can't really see that. Yeah. So it's nice because it can act as a liner, or it can be a liner on top or on bottom, for both. So I tend to just go like right on my watermark, just to add a little bit of depth around my eyes, but not too heavy. I do on my watermark because over time I notice, for me, any product that I put under my lash line, under my eyes, it literally just ends up giving me a raccoon kind of look. And I think part of that is because I'm wearing a lot of eye cream these days, trying to take care of my skin, so things just tend to fall. So I am looking for the kinds of pencils that have a little bit more longevity and that don't move so much and migrate to other parts of your face. Yeah, so this one's great. It's coming off nicely. I don't have to press too hard. And it's a nice enough color. It's kind of like a dark brown, and see, that just emphasizes a little bit underneath my eyes. I'm not gonna do much else. Put a little mascara on and basically call it a day. So that's my review of the ILIA product line. So far, I'm really liking it. I think the shades are pretty, and this definitely lends itself to a natural look. All right, more to come. I'll put all of the links in the show notes, and you can message me below.